right. Hey, Sheri, I have pressed the button. I have other little buttons coming up and flashing that say that we are now live. It is Wednesday. Can you believe it is already December 1st?
I know I changed my calendar. I
Oh
did.
my gosh.
I did it this morning. Are you proud of me? Sometimes it takes till the end of the day. I changed it. It is December 1st, officially. Okay, I only changed one calendar, and we're old fashioned, and we have like three in our house. I know the young people are like, "What is a calendar?" I thought it was on my phone.
Yeah, this is my calendar. What are you talking about?
But I have a calendar in my office. I have one in my kitchen and one in my bedroom. I don't know. That's where my husband likes the paper calendars. So there you go. But I don't have next year's calendars.
I don't either. I've made myself a note. I usually have that up by now. I've got to go get that. Hey, by the way,
They have them at the dollar store and they only cost $1. And sometimes you can get them free at you used to be to get them free at the bank. I don't think so anymore.
Yeah, I don't think they do that anymore. Well, welcome. Today is Wednesday, December 1st of 2021. And that is so hard to imagine that we are now into the last month of the year. I am TerryAnn Porter, life coach, TA. It is time to defeat those lies of negative self-talk by changing your perspective, exploring possibilities, which will open new pathways onto which you can choose to proceed in truth. And as always, my co-host, the amazing Sheri Berger.
Good morning. Good morning. I am Sheri Berger, for those of you that don't know me, and I own Here to There Consulting, and we educate business owners with those tools to balance life, business, and finances to help you create the life and business that you deserve so that you can be more successful, have more growth, and move into the leadership in all areas of your life. Welcome to Conversations with Sheri and TerryAnn. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics. What is it, TerryAnn?
Oh, our topic today is going out and getting you deep into debt for Christmas shopping.
Perfect. That's exactly. And you should buy as many people as you can. And you need to overstress about it. And you need to overbuy. And you need to do so many things in the next 25 days. You got it?
Wow. All right. Hey, I've already started on those check marks. Perfect.
I don't think you have any time for sleep.
Let's sleep.
And if you need some relaxation, just turn on the Hallmark channel and hope there's lots of commercials and ads to sell you a lot of things. It'll be awesome. Go for it. No, we're going to talk about today on, what are we talking about?
It's called financing Christmas. Grabbing those credit cards and heading out to the stores.
I don't want you to finance Christmas. Please don't.
You don't want me to finance Christmas? Well, how, Sheri?
Then you got to pay for it in January. Please don't finance Christmas. Oh, please.
All right. Well, let me ask you this then, Sheri.
A pre-spending plan for Christmas. Let's set up a plan. Yeah, let's have a plan for Christmas. Do you know Christmas happens the same time every year?
I'm starting to notice that.
I know. And then people are like, oh, I'm stressed out. How am I supposed to buy for Christmas or do Christmas? Well, we need a plan.
Ooh, right? Okay. Well, now the thing about a plan, I love plans and I like those little checklists. Yeah, that's me. Tell me, Sheri, how do I plan for Christmas? And when do I start my plan?
You should have a checklist. I love it. This is one thing where you need to know who's naughty and nice. So you better get your list. Oh, no, not really. But who do you really need to buy for, right? And I don't mean everybody. And I don't mean your neighbors. And my husband claims I collect friends, Terry, and I can't buy for all my friends. And
no,
I don't really have favorites. I know it sounds crazy, but I have friends for different reasons, different seasons. And different, and I don't want to really play favoritism. So, I mean, what do you do with your friends?
That always gets to be an issue.
It does. So I have a couple family friends that are maybe like aunts to my kids that I may or may not buy for, but I don't buy for my siblings. I know. We used to draw names way back. And now we just get together and we might, some years they might decide we're going to do white elephant, which if you haven't done white elephant, that's always fun. It's also really fun if you want to get together with your friends and do a white elephant. That's a cheap way to get something for your friends without, you know what I mean, having to buy for everybody. Instead, put your 10 friends or whatever amount of friends and do white elephant. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning.
Good to see you. But to actually write out a list, you said you like a checkoff list. So I buy for my mom and dad. Oh my gosh, my mom and dad are older. That's really hard to buy for, but
it is.
Them. I know. So, and usually I get them a gift card to IHOP or, you know, something they need, or I don't even know. Anyway, yeah. So I got my mom and my dad. Then I got my children and my husband. And then I got maybe one or two other people I buy for, but that's it. I've simplified Christmas. My husband's family, we used to buy for some of them. The kids have gotten older. My husband, unfortunately, doesn't have much family left. Right? But what if we want to do something nice for them, but we don't want to buy for them? So what if you spent time with them, or you know, send them? We used to send out Christmas letters. Do you still send them?
I haven't sent out a Christmas letter in quite a while.
Yeah, and I sometimes think maybe texting people or picking up the phone and calling them and giving them a gift of time is such a good thing. But why do we have to only do that on Christmas? Today's December 21st. I have what if you called the next 25 days, you call one person that's important in your life and talk to them and spend 30 minutes on the phone, maybe an hour. Right? Do coffee over the phone or meet them for Zoom. What if you did one a day between now and the 25th? Wouldn't that be a cool idea?
The gift of time is so important.
And I mean, then instead of giving them some gift that they might take back the day after Christmas, do you remember having to do that? Oh my gosh. You know, do you remember people would buy you something, or your kids, and then you'd have to go take it back the day? Are you kidding me? Waiting those big long lines, and then you buy other stuff that's on sale that you don't need. Think about it. Nowadays, you just hit Amazon and send it back.
Right. Right. Go to Amazon, click, go to Kohl's, get your.
But anyway, do you have a list?
Turn it back, get your coupon so that you have $5 off, so that you can now go and buy something else. That's how you do Amazon.
Do you have your list of who you're going to buy for this year? I want to know everybody in the audience.
How about the audience? Yeah.
Do you guys have lists? Because having a list is like having a grocery list, right? But not only a list, but have a realistic budget. I mean, there's been years I only have $10 or $5 for certain people. I know that sounds.
But you know what? When you said that about that $10, I saw a real neat post the other day that was such a great reminder. If someone is making, for example, $10 an hour, and they give you a $30 gift, think about this. They worked for 3 hours. Well, let's say more than 3 hours, because by the time you take out taxes and everything else, they basically worked for almost 4 hours of their life to get you that gift. And if you change that kind of a perspective, wow, that really touches me in such a different way of, you did an awful lot to get that for me.
And another way you can save is to give somebody a personalized gift, right? So if you're going to make cookies for Christmas, what if you made 6 dozen instead of 3 dozen or 2 dozen or whatever you were going to make? And then you can give them to neighbors or friends. I've even done this before, put 2 or 3 cookies in a baggie and take them to the different neighbors. Not a dozen each neighbor. Right? But I have 2 neighbors on each side of me, and they usually bring me something, so I might bring them. Or have you ever thought about when you bake those cookies? I try to do this throughout the year. Whenever you bake cookies, for whatever you bake it for. So we know our mail carrier. I know you're shocked. His name's John, in case you don't believe me. But I'm married to Mr. UPS. But what if you gave your UPS or your FedEx, right, a couple cookies or hot chocolate when you're doing it already?
Let me ask you this. How do I do that? That UPS man is so fast that he can get to my front door, get that package on there, and back at his truck before my ring even tells me he got there.
So I'm going to let you know that there are people on my husband's route. I'm not kidding you. That leave a box with water bottles and some snacks, maybe
Oh,
cookies
really?
or something. Yes. And we'll say take, and they will grab them when they're leaving.
Oh, wow. Great
And with
idea.
the holiday
Okay.
season, I think that's just such a great way. And I have
Okay.
a question. When you're writing out your whole budget of who you spend for, do you ever adopt a family or adopt a child in need?
I've done that in years past, yes.
But that's in my budget. Is it in your budget?
Oh, in the budget.
Because otherwise you go to those trees like the angel tree and you
Mm-hmm.
take something off and it wasn't in your budget. Or
Wow.
you can put the mail out for the mailman. Yeah. What the box says that has those treats and water bottles is it's for the delivery drivers. So yes, don't leave FedEx out. Don't leave the Amazon. Don't leave the mail carrier, and don't leave the UPS driver out. If I missed anybody else, by the way, a lot of people right now are ordering groceries online. And so we even have those Ubers that run. So give all of the delivery drivers a little bit of a, pep. So, but
Yeah.
sometimes UPS drivers, they don't really stop because they get in trouble, by the way. People always think they're rude and they're not. Now they don't have to ring the bell because of the COVID, but they literally are supposed to ring the bell and run because
We wondered about that.
they're being tracked all day long and they're under a time. So TerryAnn's package can only take so long to deliver. Have you ever noticed a mail carrier might stop and talk to you for 2 minutes? UPS drivers cannot do that. I'm not sure about FedEx because I don't have a FedEx driver.
Oh.
But there's
So,
little things that we can do for others,
mm-hmm.
right? And like I know Grace was on here, was it last week, and said something about giving candy canes out to some strangers with smiles.
Yes.
So those are some of the things that we could do to give back. But another thing is your family, you could teach them, right? You could also give donations to other, like to organizations in honor of somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about people that passed on. I'm talking about like my daughter loves, what is it? The rescue dog program. If I gave a donation in honor to her and put it in a card, she would feel very blessed for that. And then I think you were talking about a lot of people nowadays want experiences. This new generation coming up. I know some people, I have a grandbaby. He's 8 months old. And we met the week before Thanksgiving. Remember, I stood you up. Oh, no, wait. I was rocking a baby. Don't even start judging me. So I was rocking my awesome grandbaby, but I bought everything off Marketplace for him. And by the way, he's 8 months old. All the things I bought for him, did I buy them for him or did I buy them for his parents? Come on. They claim he likes Elmo. And we all know that's not true. But whatever. We know he likes Mickey Mouse, right? I mean, come on. But he's 8 months old. I buy him Chiefs, Royals, and Mickey Mouse because those are the things he likes. Oh, wait, no, not necessarily. But anyway, I was able to go on Marketplace and get some good deals, but I also had a budget. My kids growing up always got garage sale for Christmas. I know you think that's crazy.
I did too.
We didn't have Marketplace or Craigslist because if they wanted that one $20 Barbie that was a princess, whatever, if I found it on a garage sale and it wasn't in that bad of shape, right?
Yep.
I could buy them whole boxes of princess crap. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not princess crap. The amazing princess box. I could buy them this amazing princess box and they would be more excited about that. So sometimes just thinking those ways you can shortcut.
Sure.
And are you trying to buy gifts this year and you're saying, but I don't really have much money? Well, first of all, you don't have to do very much. You could make gifts. One year, we had no money at all. There's been a multiple of them. I mean, I've been with my husband, 31 years? We've been through some ups and downs. I was actually just talking to somebody yesterday, a friend of mine, having dinner with them or lunch or whatever you want to call it, because it was like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. But anyway, and I was talking about, when Kevin was 20, this is what we did, and 30, because now Kevin's going to be 50. But my point is, over those years, there was 1 year we had no money at all. So I wrote the 10 reasons I love Kevin Berger. Do you know he still has that?
How precious.
The 10 reasons I love you, right? I mean, do you think of that? And what if you wrote some of these people that are important in your life actually a letter of why they're important to you?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't even cost you. But it's all about, thinking outside the box. And how much more precious is that? I have a
Yes.
family that I'm helping, and I want
Let me bring
pregnant
that up
woman in an
there.
abusive relation. And see, that's the other thing is
The
you do
focus.
know it's
Yes.
not 'tis the season to buy as many gifts as you want. I mean, you can, like people think. It is about helping others, supporting others, but you can do it in ways that you can afford. You
Mm-hmm.
can support a family like she's doing, which is great. Michelle's awesome. Of course, she would do something like that. Um, but yes, the postal service is tracked as well. My brother, don't worry, my sister is married to postal, and I'm married to UPS, and I walk away at family discussions for Thanksgiving and Christmas because I get to hear all about the postal service, Renee. So yes, I do know they're tracked. They're just not tracked to the extent that UPS is. That's all. That's all I know. But anyway, that's just fun having two postal services, right? I'm just like, when Rob and Kevin get talking, my brother-in-law and my husband, I'm just like, yeah. Anyway, but I got off subject, but I didn't want to ignore that Renee put that post out there. And I do want people to realize that they're all being somewhat tracked, and just to be nice to your delivery drivers. But anyway, we could. And also, have you ever thought about, everybody wants to have holiday parties. So I belong to this great networking group, and we do have our holiday party, but we at least once or twice a year, we get together and we celebrate because we're a tight group, which is really cool. But anyway, we volunteer. I didn't get to go, but they did Habitat for Humanities. I think I was babysitting my grandbaby or something, but they built a house together. So instead of having a holiday party, have you thought about one time our Toastmasters group did that. They made boxes of food. They all got together and we put. So there's other ways. And that's, that saves you money on having a holiday party and also what are you doing giving back to the community?
We talked a little bit about some people like experiences.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah. Your mother, your mother and father, they've got everything. They don't need any more little knickknacks and things like that. My mother's the same way. I've called my mother the other day. We are going to a little theater in Olathe. We're going to make an evening of it. We're going to go to dinner. We're going to go to this little theater and watch a show. Actually, it's called Dean Martin Memories. And here's some music that she enjoys and spend the evening together. And that's
awesome.
that's what we're gearing towards. I was talking to my daughter, and she was commenting that she and her daughter have just purchased a membership to one of their local theater type things. And all throughout the year, for Christmas, they're blessing themselves with this so that throughout the year they can go together and watch different shows. It's
And
not
that
the
I
little
do hear
physical thing.
people are, and I would think we were talking about that a little earlier too, TerryAnn, before we went live here. Like my younger kids, they like that too. But, I have a 23, 22, and 19. And so most of their stuff on their Christmas list are need things because they're trying to learn how to adult. So they got their first apartment and they don't have dishes or pans or spatulas or, they want the coffee grinder or a coffee machine. I don't even know. And you look at that and you're like, oh my goodness. And so those are the kind of stuff that they want. And it's not that I didn't give them stuff out of my house, but I'm saying they would like, stuff like that. But they still like that experience thing too. But I noticed my 32-year-old, he is very creative in what he always gives for Christmas. So this year I got a homemade ornament because we met, like I said, the week before Thanksgiving. I got a homemade ornament, which you could do off Etsy, or it was either that or it was a small business because I know how he is. And it says grandma and grandpa on him, right? So now we have those on our tree because we're first-time grandparents. Come on. And then he had a photographer come here to my house and take pictures with my husband and I with our 8-month-old grandson for his first Christmas. So those are some, things that, and I can't remember the other creative things he's done over the years, but I know that he would like experiences. And my kids, I always tried to buy each of them a date night with their significant other. But one of my children is not dating right now and doesn't have a significant other, or in between. I don't know, because, they don't always tell you. You know how kids are. But my point is, I still think you should buy them some kind of gift card somewhere where they can go. Because as poor 20-something-year-olds, some of them are college students, right? They don't have the funds to do those kind of things. So to think outside that box like that. And I love that, the experience thing, because now we're spending time together all year. My parents are a little older. I don't really, don't tell them. My dad always gets mad at me, but I don't really like my parents to go. They fall a lot in things. So I'm not really feeling safe taking them anywhere, but I go over and visit with them. But my brother, this was a couple of years ago though, and I think it was still safe to take them. He bought them tickets to, I don't know if they still have them, to the new dinner theater. So once, how often does that change? Him and his wife, my oldest brother and his wife, and my parents would go to the new dinner theater. I thought that was amazing. Great idea. That way I knew my older brother was spending that quality time, with
my mother gives that to me and to my sister every year. And so we make it.
Oh, you get new dinner theater
tickets?
We
get the new dinner theater tickets. We each get 2 tickets. So we've just started. Hey, which show do you want to see? And we make it a double date.
Wow.
And I tell you what, I was just talking to my mom about that, because last year with COVID, all the shows were shut down. So when it came to Christmas last year,
what happened?
So we didn't get to use the tickets in 2020, which they extended into 2021. Well, we haven't seen a show yet. And I asked them, they said, as long as that we can use the same tickets, as long as we make our reservations before the end of the year, because the show season goes into 2022.
Oh, you don't have
picked out a show in April. So we're taking our tickets.
Do you have season tickets?
No, these are not season tickets. We just get, the advertisement is 2 tickets for, I think, $50 or $55.
I know. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. Then what we can do, if when we go to get our seats, we really don't want to sit there for just a little bit more, we pay the difference and say, okay, I'll pay the difference. Can we move to this seat? But I love it. We told Mom that even though we're not going to see a show until next April, yes, we still want it this Christmas because we want to make those reservations. We love going and doing that. I want to go back a little bit. You were talking about, your kids starting out in their apartment. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you what my parents did for many years, even after my kids were getting a little older. Every year for Christmas, and we couldn't wait to see what it was, we got our little gift box. And our gift box, it could have been sometimes it was in a laundry basket. Sometimes it was in a storage tub. Sometimes just a box, but it was filled. My mother all year long shop for life's necessities. December, you're spending money on gifts and extra foods and stuff. Well, but you still need to buy the toothpaste, the toilet paper, the laundry soap. Our box every year had toothpaste, toilet paper, laundry soap, dish soap, all kinds of stuff, the little necessities. And we could not wait to go and get our box every year.
And that's what my daughter-in-law, my 23-year-old's wife, she's 23, her grandma does that every year. She doesn't just get Danielle one. She gets one for Lucas too. So now I don't know how long you can do that. My mom and dad have so many of us. I am one of 6. My brother has passed on, but his widow's still here. And mom and dad have 19 grandkids, and now they have 12 great grandkids. I know. My parents were married, though, 61 years. So, we have a huge family. But my mom, as things were getting, crazy, mm-hmm. She started giving each of us kids $100. And that meant $100 for Kevin and I. That way we could go to new dinner theater. We could buy, yes. One year, Kevin and I bought bedding because we really needed it for our bed. And we always look forward to that. Mom and dad don't do it now because mom and dad are, getting older. But when we were younger, and like you said, we didn't have. And then the older kids that were teenagers would get $20 from mom and dad. And then anybody that was like under, I don't know what the age was, but if they were under 10 or younger, mom would go buy them those $5, $10 gifts at Big Lots and, Dollar Tree or whatever, because they didn't want money. They wanted toys. But giving
Right.
a teenager $20, and I know it was only 20
That means a
bucks,
lot.
but that was a lot of help for them. And so we looked
Sure.
forward to getting our $100 every year. Like I said, we don't anymore. If anything, I need to give mom and dad $100 now, right? Because it changes, you know what I mean? Because now
Right.
we're middle aged. But I'm saying when I was in my 20s and newly married, giving me $100, I look
That means a
forward to
lot.
that $100 every, and that was $600 for 6 kids, like mom and dad did. And I don't know how many grandkids, because they didn't have 19 back then. I don't know, but they had a lot, and they simplified it by doing it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So it kept your budget down. So if you just think about ways you can simplify things and provide even some of those personal gifts. And I know we're going over a little, but I wanted to let you know, I have a lot of friends. I know I'm being very braggy over here, and I know TerryAnn does this. I've been at consignment shops, or I've been somewhere and I think about TerryAnn. So I might give her a gift, and I don't know. TerryAnn and I've been hanging out for what, a year and a half now? Anyway, TerryAnn will be like, it's not my birthday. And I'll be like, I know, but I seen this, so I got it for you. But I don't overdo that, if that makes any sense. And I accidentally will see something. So throughout the year, I sometimes will just give my friends gifts. And I don't wait for Christmas. And I don't wait for their birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee you, I'm going to probably try to text them or put happy birthday on Facebook or whatever when it's their birthday. But if you try to buy everybody for Christmas, and if I start setting these expectations that every year I'm going to buy you something for your birthday, and you're supposed to buy me, what kind of stress is that putting on people? So you don't love me if you don't buy me a gift for my birthday, really, or for Christmas? That's not. So maybe think of how you can spend time with these people. You can meet with these people. You can go out to eat with these people. You know what I mean? Or do Zoom. Zoom, oh my gosh, with this pandemic, I actually found out when the world shut down, I know we're not there now. I had more time to sit down and have one-on-ones with people. And I made sure I did it. There was people I wanted to have one-on-ones with. So I did it on Zoom. So come up with those kind of stuff. And I know Christmas is in 25 days. And next week, what are we going to talk about?
Next week, we're going to talk about what makes Christmas. Is it the gift or the people? And
Exactly.
just following off with what we just did, just remember, if you're buying all that stuff and you're going deep in debt in January, when you have to go and buy your necessities, but you can't because you're paying for all of the Christmas you gave the month before, how does that help you to move forward? So remember, as we go into next week, is it the gift or is it the people?
Yeah, that's
that we
exactly
are celebrating.
Where I want to go. And right now, Michelle put quality time. But do you know there's 5 love languages? There's words of affirmation. There's quality time. There's physical touch. There's gifts. By the way, my sister-in-law, she's not on here, I don't think, today. She loves gifts. I don't have a lot of money. I always get her gifts. And you're like, what are you talking about? I don't ever show up. First of all, she's Italian. I don't usually show up to her house without a gift. But when I get a gift, that don't mean it's not from the dollar store or the consignment shop, or it's a letter that says how much I appreciate you, or it's a sticker, or it's because when people have the love language of gifts, it's not a lot about the money as much as you gave me a gift and you thought about me. I'm important enough that when you were out and about, you found those stickers that you knew I'd love that were $1 at the dollar store, or you bought me a coloring book. I know you're adults, coloring book, but that's what
yes.
So if you know the people's love languages, you still within a budget. And my sister-in-law has a lot of stuff. I mean, she can buy nice stuff, if she wants, but she likes you to think about her. So sometimes it's quality time. And yes, we should always spend time with people. But sometimes it's words of affirmation, physical touch, which means they need hugs. But there's those 5 love languages. I don't know if you've read that book, but it's called The 5 Love Languages. They have them for, They have them for marriage, but they have them for, you know what I mean, kids and people
Mhm.
and in general. And so if you figure out what the person's love language is and you meet them there, that's what really, really matters. So anyway, and FYI, I know everybody wants to know my love languages: physical touch. I love hugs and quality time. I'm just going to let you know. So if you want to know what to get me, I'm just joking. I think
Michelle's
I'm
got
funny.
that book.
What are your love languages, TerryAnn? That's a whole nother topic, I know, but
That's a whole nother topic. Actually, probably affirmations
yeah.
and
See,
physical touch, but
and
probably affirmations is on top.
my husband is affirmations and physical touch, and believe me, his means different than mine. But no, it's really important for me to say you're important. That's
Right.
real important. And so when I did those 10 reasons I love you, that was really important. Do you see what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
just look at those too when you're worrying about what people need or what they want. I will look forward to seeing everybody next Wednesday. You guys all go make it a great day, and I will see you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Are we off?
Okay, well, it's still going in circles. I think we're still here.
I
I
do
don't know
too.
what's going on.
We're here. We're
Hey,
stuck
we're
here
still here.
forever.
There. Let's see. Did it find? No, it said it won't. It won't stop.
And
End
Michelle saying that we're
broadcast.
both amazing. So